How's it going, guys? This is Dirty Desktop coming at you. I always put my headphones on. I don't know why. New mic. Excited for that. I also got a camera holder, so these how-to videos are going to get a little bit better. But today we're doing the pre-oil change. This is what you need to know and what you need to get. If you're brand new to engines and all this stuff, don't worry. I'm going to be easy on you. This is a general overview of what's happening in each cylinder of your engine. If you have an inline four, there's 4 of these going on in a different order, but still doing the same motions at different stages at one time. But this combustion can generate massive amounts of heat, and that's no good. But the other generator of heat is friction, and that's from this cylinder, this piston moving up and down, up and down. Then you have these gears going round and round, round and round, making myself dizzy. That friction, because you have both rotational friction here and linear friction there, that's generating heat, and that's no good. And so we use lubrication so that we minimize the amount of friction. That minimization of friction reduces the amount of wear that's happening to the engine, therefore making it last longer, run better, and what have you. The oil actually can increase your fuel efficiency if you have the proper oil and use the proper amount. So changing oil, a good thing. If you have no idea what an oil change is, you need help, because you should be doing this no matter what. It should be every 3,000 miles or 3 months is a good rule of thumb. Especially if you're a driver or not driver. Again, 3,000 miles or 3 months is a good rule of thumb for oil changes. So oil is a substance. Normally you're finding crude oil, but it's a friction reducer. It's a liquid that reduces the amount of friction, hence why it's also called a lubricant or lube in some places. It's just meant to reduce the friction. And you can have 2 kinds of oil. You have the synthetics, but you also have the conventionals. Some people are going to say, well, synthetics, they're only used for either high performance or really old cars, and you just use conventional for everything else. I have a different take on this, and that's because my family is a bunch of truck drivers. Synthetic oil for anything that doesn't use a lot of oil. You don't fill up with a lot of oil, and that's usually your cars and trucks and SUVs. Now your big semi tractors or actual farm tractors and whatnot use conventional. It's gonna be so expensive to fill up with that synthetic oil. It's just not worth it. As long as you keep up on the oil changes, you're gonna be fine. But like I said, when it comes to your passenger cars, your trucks, your SUVs, get synthetic oil. Try not to clap my hands, because synthetic oil is going to be your best bet. Plain and simple, straight out. It's going to offer you the best wear protection. It's going to offer you the best life of the oil. It's not going to degrade on you as quickly, if at all, like the conventional will. But you still got to change your oil. And then it's also with the temperatures, it's going to withstand it. It can take the most abuse. It can take a kicking and it can take a licking and keep on kicking. I always get them mixed up. But you can also get a synthetic blend, which is going to be both. It's going to be some percentage of both synthetic and conventional motor oil. It's up to you. I put full synthetic in my oil for engine, as well as my transmission fluid is all synthetic. I never bother with conventional. And there's going to be additives in there. There's going to be antioxidants. There's going to antioxidizers, rust inhibitors, water inhibitors, or moisture inhibitors, just so that your oil does its job and works properly. But another thing that comes to it is a lot of people are saying like, oh, you gotta get a Valvoline or you gotta get Pennzoil. I'm just gonna straight out tell you, get the cheapest stuff you can get that has this donut. It's called a donut. It's called an API donut. API is the American Petroleum Institution, and they cannot be bought. They're like URL, the Underwriters Laboratory. They cannot be bought. They cannot be paid off. So this means that the oil you get is actually going to be up to the standards. It's going to have the quality there. So you don't have to get the really expensive stuff. You can get the cheaper stuff. And as we all know, the cheaper, the better in this case. But make sure it's full synthetic. Make sure it has the API donut. Make sure it's the right weight for your car. If I saw this symbol on a bottle, I'd be like, great. I'm getting it. It's the right. It has the API. It has the 5W30 SAE weight. It's perfect for me. Now, that's important is to get the right weight. 5W means it's a 5 weight oil in the winter. The 30 stands for it being a 30 weight oil when it's at engine operation. So make sure you get the proper weight for your engine. It's going to reduce the wear and tear. It's going to reduce performance issues and increase your performance, I should say. But when it comes to if you really want to get, say, a Valvoline or Pennzoil or whatnot, see what the local auto parts store has on a deal. Talk to your friends and family. Maybe talk to the workers there. But for me, I buy the cheapest one I can get that's going to have this API rating, this star, or donut. They actually do have a star in which you can look for as well, and that's usually on the front. Next, you're going to need a filter. You got to filter this oil. If it gets a contaminant in there, you need to get rid of it ASAP. That's not a filter. This is a dirty filter, but it's a filter. And that, it did its job. It was there to filter out as much contaminants as it could hold. And it did. But that's nasty oil. That oil probably has not been changed in a long time. You can see it sludge-like. Not good. So you want to get a filter that is going to be in about the middle price range. Not really cheap and not really expensive. If you get really cheap, guaranteed crap. Alright? It's going to be very thin paper, and it's not going to be able to last as long. Now, if you get the really expensive ones, you got a hit and miss chance here. It could be a really good filter. It's going to have the really good material in it and what have you. Or you could get complete junk and you just wasted your money. That's why you get the mid-range, because you're going to get one that's probably going to be in the middle range. It's going to be decent in all aspects, and you can get really good filters that aren't really expensive. So stick with the mid-range. Talk to your friends and family again. Talk to the people working there. Those are really what you can do, because I'm not going to be telling you, you have to get this brand or this brand or this brand. I've had good experience with Bosch. I've had good experience with Fram. I've had good experience with some Napa filters. Napa filters, you're going to have to ask them about the grades, and don't get the top and don't get the bottom. Get the one in the middle. Like I said, it's going to be all around the best quality there. So that's the filter. Those are the two main components you're going to have to get every single time you change the oil. Pretty simple. And you're going to figure out what works best for you, what you like the best. But like I said, synthetic oil, decent filter, you're set. If this is your first time changing it, or you've always brought it into the shop, one of the things I'm going to tell you to do is maybe get a new oil drain plug. Now I'm going to be having you look for this, or I'm going to be showing you where mine is and what it kind of looks like. This is what it kind of looks like anyway. It's a bolt, alright? It's a bolt with a gasket, and some have a magnet. Sorry for the squeak. A magnet right here at the tip. just at the tip. And that helps a lot. As you can see right here, you have that filing buildup, bit of filing buildup and whatnot. It's fantastic. This is going to help save your engine, especially if it's a steel or iron engine, what have you. This can save your block completely. And we all like saving. So spend the extra buck or two getting the bolt that's magnetized at the end. And if you already have a magnetized drain plug in your oil drain or your oil pan, you can just return it. You don't have to. You can just return it, get all the money back, and there you go. But if you don't, you can put this one in, and you're good to go. Another thing is there's going to be a rubber filter. See if I can find another good one. This one's a decent one. That gray right there is not filter, gasket. You're going to want to make sure you have a gasket on it. If not, you're just going to be draining oil all the time. And so I'd suggest also maybe picking up gaskets as well. If you don't use them, you don't have to worry about it. You can return them or throw it in, a drawer. But if you need them, it's better to have them and then realize, well, crap, I have no engine in my car and I can't go grab it. So get it now. You can always return it later. So check, and you're gonna know a gasket's good if it's still malleable, if it's still flexible, if it's not chewed up and eaten away. If it starts getting chewed up, if it starts getting brittle, change it. Don't even second guess yourself. Change it. And if you're not quite sure, and it's been a while, it's been quite a few changes, change it anyway. All right. It's not even worth second guessing yourself. So that's that. If you tend to be one that's a little squeamish, don't like getting dirty, you have two options. One is you wasted your time here and still bring it into the shop so you can do it. Or you can pick up latex gloves or neoprene gloves if you have a latex allergy. This will help you out. You're still able to do the oil change. You don't lose your dexterity or feeling, but your hands don't get full of oil. Who knew? So if you think you're going to need them, pick them up. Latex gloves are good to have anyway. You're also going to want to make sure you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt that you aren't afraid to get dirty. If you have a pair that you've used for painting, wear it outside to change the oil. Big whoop. I find myself wiping my hands on my pants all the time, but then again, I'm not afraid to. I enjoy getting my hands dirty, and that's why I'm okay doing it. So that's pretty much it for the oil change, pre-fill up. Wow, it's getting late for me, guys. I'm sorry. Pre-oil change. Go ahead and like and subscribe. I'd really do appreciate it. I'll get the engine going up again. Do this. Your engine's going to appreciate it. Your engine is going to return the favor by increasing its fuel efficiency and maybe getting some horsepower and whatnot. This heat can cause parts to go kittywampus, change tolerances and whatnot. Changing the oil allows your engine to be more fuel efficient because there's less friction, and that less friction reduces the heat buildup as well as the amount of energy needed to move the piston itself. So changing oil is one of the best ways to go green. So yeah, like I said, go ahead, like, subscribe. I appreciate it. If you have any other questions when it comes to oil, filters, or anything else, feel free to leave it in the comments down below or send me a message or email. Either one works for me. I'll keep up on all that so that you guys know what's going on. So that's it for me. Tomorrow I'll hop on and show you what you have to do under the hood. So have yourselves a good one.